This is the second in a series of 3 YouTubes that we are posting on the internet in the hopes that we will be able to help all landlords and property managers in Washington State comply with a new law that's going into effect June the 7th of 2012. Hello, my name's Rebecca Neer, and this is Joey. He's our mascot at our office. We have for years been doing background checks nationwide for landlords, property managers, tenant screening, and for employers and HR departments, employment screening. And I'm here to tell you about this law called the Fair Tenant Screening Act that's going to go into effect in June. This YouTube is going to focus on the first document that is required for all landlords and property managers to make available to applicants before you accept any money for the background check. What is supposed to be on this document? The first thing that needs to be on this document, in fact, I wanted to let you know that we've titled it Tenant Selection Policy. I have a generic form here which is made available to you. All you need to do is to click on the bottom of the screen at any time and you will have access to a basic, shall we say, a generic tenant selection policy that I believe complies with all aspects of the law required in the first document you need to give to all applicants if you are to comply with this new law. So in this tenant selection policy, the first section, what's in that first section? What you're required is to describe all the information that you're going to be accessing in the background check. On this form, we have described it thus. We have the wording, it says, in compliance with Washington State's Fair Tenant Screening Act of 2012 and the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. This is to inform you that the background investigation will be processed through Orca Information Inc., or whatever tenant screening company you use, you can place there instead of our name. We will be obtaining, and then it describes what we will be obtaining, what you, the landlord property manager, will be obtaining. We will be obtaining credit reports, court records, civil and criminal, arrest detention information, employment and rental references as needed to verify all information put forth on your rental application. That wording should take care of the first section of the wording in this new document you need to give to all applicants before accepting the background check money, the fee. The second thing that's required to have on this document is when you use a background investigation company such as Orca Information, the name of the company needs to be listed and the contact information. So, in the same paragraph I just read to you and has been pointed out to you on this YouTube, continues on with the lines, it says, Orca Information Inc. contact information is, then it lists our website, it lists our email address, it lists our 800 number, and it lists our P.O. box, our address in which you can contact us, or shall we say the applicants could contact us. That takes care of the second item required by law on this first document. Now the third and the last item that's required on this document is the actual tenant selection policy. The tenant selection policy is also known as a denial criteria or a residential acceptance policy. You can call it what you wish. Most often in the industry it's called a tenant selection policy. On this tenant selection policy it leaves with a paragraph that says, when reviewing, and this is a message to your applicants by the way, I'll start over. When reviewing a rental application and tenant screening report, we will consider, and then it will give a description of the types of things that you are going to be considering whether or not you're going to rent to the applicants. And it also says that the applicant's screening report will be reviewed for the following adverse or negative, same thing, adverse or negative information. Then it lists the credit part with specifics about the credit. The next thing are the court records with specifics about the court records. The next item are the references, such as the rental reference and the employment verification. And the last is employment and income, the amount of earnings that an applicant has. I hope that you will be able to utilize this document in some way. I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving legal advice. Before you use this document in full or in part, I want you to make sure that you give it to your attorney for them to review and approve. Again, I'm not an attorney and I'm not giving legal advice. What I am doing is sharing with you what my clients have for years been using. They have been utilizing this type of document successfully. It has actually been a tool for them that will streamline or has streamlined their application process. It makes it easier for them to be consistent in how they choose and select tenants, and two, what tenants they select. I believe you too will find that a tenant selection policy will make your application process easier and more fair housing compliant. And you know, we're always looking to be more fair housing compliant with ease and with grace, if that's possible. You will be more able to hold up to the scrutiny of fair housing, civil rights audit or complaints, and other government agency audits with this basic tenant selection policy. And I want you to know that at Orca Information, we have been able to help our clients develop specific tenant selection policies that are specific to their buildings or their corporate rules. We're happy to help you with that as well. My name again is Rebecca Neer, and I encourage you to watch all 3 YouTubes, and I hope in some way this has been of help. If you have any questions, if you would like to contact us, if you have any concerns, call us at 1-800-341-0022 or at www.orcainformation.com. Thank you.